down here to blockade things and really disrupt people's lives. But a group of the people who were here were definitely upset about mandates. And in the last 10 days, 2 weeks, we have seen a number of provinces remove or say they intend to remove at a certain date those vaccine passports or vaccine mandates. Given what we know now about the transmissibility of Omicron, and that we know that vaccinated people can transmit it, although they are protected from severe illness and death, of course, is your government considering lifting the mandate under federal jurisdiction?
Well, first, I would completely agree with you that there has been a real vigorous debate about the pandemic, and the government's sincere and evidence-based belief is that vaccinations is the way to get out. But we will continue to follow the advice. You saw some decisions as recently as last week, I believe, around an easing of some of the requirements at the border to facilitate travel, but at the same time keeping some measures in place to protect and guard against the transmission of Omicron and other variants. I would just make the point that we need to put that group of Canadians who are law-abiding and who are genuinely exasperated, as we all are with the pandemic, with the illegal conduct that we saw in Ottawa, at our borders, and in other communities. And that's why we had to invoke the Emergencies Act. We did it for specific reasons, and it had the desired effect of allowing us to address what was an emergency.
And I am trying to distinguish very much so between the two. And my question is about the former, right? My question is about whether or not the federal government, I'm not even saying announce, mandates are gone. I don't know whether the evidence or the science supports that, but your government has thus far not even expressed a willingness to consider that.
Yeah, no, I would respectfully disagree, Vassy. I think we've always been open to different ideas around how to get, around which measures are appropriate at which time. And there are decisions which are supported at every juncture by the evidence and by the advice that we're getting from our Chief Public Health Officer. It's natural that people want to get out of the pandemic. Vassy, it's been 2 years. We all want out of the pandemic. But we also will continue to use evidence and science as our North Star, as well as debate in the chamber, in our legislatures, because that's what democracies do. We resolve our debates in a respectful and in a democratic manner, not by resorting to violence, intimidation, harassment, or hate. And that has been one of the emerging lessons out of this emergency.
Okay, Minister, I'll leave it there. I appreciate your time as always. Thank you.
Thank you, Vassy.